Hello, hello. Let me turn off the music. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you all for being here. 1 second. Okay, hey Spicy Dicey. Hey kind to me. Who else is here? Sag Twin, Joanna. For good and evil. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you guys for being here. Okay, so I want to talk about the latest on this Diddy saga. 1 second. Let me see if I got these downloads. Yes, I do have these downloads. So I want to. Okay, wait a minute. 1 second. Let me go over these letters. Okay, so we're gonna review some things today. So we're gonna review some new things today. So first of all, Cuba Gooding Jr. Like I told you yesterday, can you guys hear me? Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Let me see. You guys can hear me? Yes, you guys can hear me. Okay. Okay, first of all, I want to talk about the latest on Diddy. Um, so we're just going to go through a few things about this Diddy saga that some of you may or may not know. Uh, for good and evil, thank you for sending me that. Leslie, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Levon. Hey, Dr. Lashonia. Hey, Peach Fuzz. Okay, you guys can hear me. Hey, Jar Jar. Okay, so yesterday I read over the case docket of the case that is against Diddy. So yesterday I read over the docket, and today there has, and I also told you yesterday that there was an update to said docket against Diddy. So, like I told you yesterday, Rodney Jones was suing Diddy. He also had Ethiopia Haberdiem, who was a CEO of Motown Records, on the suit, and what was it? Sometime last month, the lawsuit was amended where Ethiopia Haberdiem was taken off of the suit, and none other than Cooper Gooden Jr. was added to said suit. Not the show me the money Cuba, more like the perverted party boy Cuba, who had to settle out of court, who had to settle a case where he just pushed himself up on a hotel worker and kissed her in the mouth and was sued for it. There has also been reports that he had SA'd another woman and he had to settle. These are allegations that are out in the media about this Cuba Gooden Jr. So let me show you this. Uh, so you will see that on the first filing, it was Sean Combs, Justin Dior, Ethiopia Habitabian, Lucian Charles Grange. That's another interesting name we're going to talk about. Krista Kiorum, that's P. Diddy's chief of staff, Chalice Recording Studio. You notice they are on the list. Now go over to the one on the right. You see that Ethiopia Habitat Beam is no longer on the list. You also see that Chalice Recording Studio is no longer on the list. But you do see that Cooper Gooding Jr. has been added to the list of that Rodney Jones is suing. So now let's okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Are you guys saying anything? Hey D Dot, how you doing? Okay. So hey little pressure, great to see you. Okay, so all the smoke. What's going on? Rodney Jones is giving Diddy all the smoke, and then some high level music executives as well. Okay, so we're going to talk. Okay, we're going to talk about what's going on in the Diddy saga. So let me see. Okay, who is Ethiopia Habiter? She's a former CEO of the defendant Motown Records, because the Motown Records is also being sued, and it's the parent company um, of the defendant Love Records. So now Ethiopia Habiter has come out with a declaration that she will be testifying against Diddy, that she has pertinent information about this case, and she will be coming forward and testifying about this case. She has already made a court declaration, and as soon as I can find it, I will definitely bring it to you guys. So, what she is saying that Love Records, which is Diddy's record company, was already paid by Motown Records when she was the CEO of Motown Records. She already paid Diddy for the work that for the album that Rodney Jones did work on, for anything that he needed to pay people for that album being released. However, Rodney Jones has not been paid any money, which is his claim, and this is why Rodney Jones has put forth this lawsuit and detailed all the things that he had to go through in working with Diddy. So this is what's coming out about the latest. This is the latest on what's going on with this case. So let me see what else. What else? What else? What else? Now, this Ethiopia habiter being also, it was also stated that she was seen by Rodney Jones visiting Diddy's house, and she would disappear into his bedroom for hours on end. And it is also alleged that her boss, who is this guy, defendant Lucian Grange, the CEO of the defendant Universal Music Group. So Lucian Grange is also described in this lawsuit as someone who would go into Diddy's room and stay there for hours. So there seems to be something going on with this Lucian Grange and this Ethiopia woman, where when the suits were filed, this guy Lucian Grange, who is the CEO of Universal Music Group, would write the lawyer and respond to the lawsuit and pretending as if he was Ethiopia's attorney. He said that he would be handling all of anything that had to do with Ethiopia, and his 30 years of law experience gave him that right. So now, and he would not answer any questions. Um, he would not respond to any of the attorney Rodney Jones's attorneys requests, paperwork filing. He would not do that, but he said that he was representing her. So it got to a point where he was just like really playing, like playing in this dude's face, like, like I'm not even going to bother with you. That's how arrogant and flagrant they were treating this lawsuit in the beginning. But now it has gotten to the point where Ethiopia's real attorney has contacted Rodney Jones' attorney and said, no, this man is not an attorney and has never been an attorney for her, allegedly. And he has sat her down, and they have on a court docket written a declaration of that they're going to cooperate with this case. So, hey, you got to chill. What do you think about that? All the smoke. So that is the latest about that's the latest about this case. And in this letter declaration, there is also um, it is also being said that Rodney Jones, there was an 8-year old girl who was being harassed allegedly, and it's also alleged that there were people out harassing Rodney Jones's kids. His Hey, Miss Toby, his mother. I mean, his baby mothers and his 8-year old kid. So I'm assuming. Hey, Barry Carey. I'm assuming that the actual kid is Rodney Jones' 8-year-old kid. And they said that they will not stop and they will continue to do so. So these are some things that have been going on with this case. You know, these people are quite bold with the things that they have been doing to this man, you know, using all of his talents and stuff, and then not paying him, expecting that he would just go away, uh, lying and saying that they were the attorney representing this Motown executive. And then when the lawyer persisted and pursued, the lawyer for Rodney Jones is Tyrone Blackburn. Now, you may remember him. He was the lawyer for some of the defendants in the Ti and Tiny story. Now, also, he is also the attorney for the 17-year-old girl who said that Diddy did something to her, you know, inappropriately in a actual manner. So he's also representing this girl who was 17 and said that she had some inappropriate things done to her by Diddy. So what do you guys think about that? Nothing? Okay. Okay, I'm listening and trying to put my grandson down for his nap. Okay, thank you for listening, though. I appreciate you being here. Okay, Lucian and Diddy were going to throw Ethiopia under the bus in regards to that studio shooting. But I I believe they would try, but and Chalice Studios is in Los Angeles. It has been and they've removed her name, and they with I forget if it's with or without prejudice, whichever one, they removed her name with the case, in the case that she doesn't, do what she said she would do. They can reapply the charges against her. I think that's without prejudice. With prejudice, I can't remember, with or without prejudice, which means that they can refile the charges against her. Now, this thing, the Chalice Studio, they removed Chalice Studio because the claim is filed in New York City, and Chalice Studio is in Los Angeles. So that is the reason that they said that they took Chalice Studio off. And Chalice Studio is the place that Pow Pow took place, where they said that Diddy and one of his sons went in the bathroom with this guy, took this guy in the bathroom, and then Pow Powed him, and then told the news media and everybody that it was a drive-by shooting that happened outside of the studios. Those are the allegations filed in the court documents. So I think Diddy is toast. Okay, so I did a poll on yesterday, and I wanted to know from any of you guys, what do you guys think will be the outcome? Do you guys think that, okay, a lot of people believe in this Illuminati stuff. A lot of people believe in a whole lot of stuff, but uh, I have a link on my page. Let me share something with you. First of all, let me share something with you guys. I forgot I had this to share. Okay. Here we go. Let me make sure I don't have any comments up. I do have a comment up. Okay. Who is Ethiopia Habitabian, the former Motown CEO tied to the Diddy case? Okay, here it is. Some more information about her. Um, Let me see. The Diddy case just took another unexpected turn after Ethiopia reportedly agreed to testify in Lil Rod's lawsuit. As often the case with those behind the scenes, Ethiopia is not a name many are familiar with. However, the 44-year-old has been actively working in the music industry and since she was a teenager in the 90s. Over the years, she rose through the ranks and came to command such respect and adoration, eventually becoming the CEO of the renowned Motown Records. Okay, however, Habitabian's name is now linked to Diddy's infamous case, as the music mogul remains under investigation following the wave of allegations made against him by Rodney Jones. Uh, it's anyone guess how the former Motown CEO is involved? Uh, Nonetheless, in an amended complaint filed to the court, Ethiopia Habitabian reportedly agreed to testify in Jones' lawsuit about Diddy's "The Love" album off the grid. That's the name of the album, the Love album off the grid. Court documents reveal that Habitabian entered an agreement with Jones to dismiss all claims against the Motown CEO in the suit without prejudice. Okay, NBC reports while we wait for the story to unfold, here is what we know about Ethiopia. And then it just goes on to give her resume. It goes on to give some things about her resume. This is her again. She was born in Berkeley, California in 1979. She did an internship with LaFace Records at the age of 14, and she worked her way up into the ranks of to become the CEO of Motown Records. By the end of her 4-year internship at LaFace Record, she had gained considerable knowledge and experience. Soon after she began working with Universal Music Group in subsequent years, she hold on. One second. I gotta get this. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on one second. Oh my God, I've been on mute. Thank you, Indigo. I've been on mute all that time. I am so sorry. Oh my God. You're still on mute. You're still on mute. I am so sorry. Thank you, Indigo, for coming up. Well, God damn it. Okay, so it seems like I hope you guys were able to follow along with that. Oh my God, I hate when I do that. Mute button is not my friend. Okay, let me bring that up one more time so you guys can hear the end of the article. I don't know if you were able to see it because sometimes the print is so small when you share screen. So, in essence, I was saying I wonder why she left Motown Records, and it did give the reason for her leaving Motown Records. Okay, so here we're gonna go. We're gonna get to the end. Okay, so it seems for a time that she did protect Diddy, and after the block got hot, uh, she said like I'm not gonna risk all for protecting Diddy, but it seems like she was comfortable in the way that the music industry operated in that manner. Uh, a lot of people know that yeah, it's just known that the music industry is notorious for operating in that way. By the end of okay, here it is. She after her internship, she maintained a steady upward trajectory. Eventually, in 2011, Motown Records hired her and named her as a senior VP. In 2014, she was promoted to president of Motown before topping it all off with a promotion to as CEO in 2021. On November 29th, 2022, however, she announced that she would be leaving Motown Records after serving as president for 8 years. Oh, God, please don't tell me I'm still on mute. Okay, I'm not on mute. Hold on, here I come. Did you want to come up?
No, I wanted to tell you had your banner up too, so you didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't need to see it. Just hear me. Just hear me out. I'm reading. Somebody else in the back. Okay. Thank you, Indigo. You're so great.
All right, no problem. Going back down.
All right. Okay. Oh my God. I am discombobulated. Okay. That phone call threw me off. I had perfected my skill in showing things, and then that phone call threw me off. I'm gonna have to like return this call as soon as I get off of here. Okay. Thank you, Indigo. On November 29th, 2022, however, she announced that she would be leaving Motown Records after serving as president for 8 years for her impact and undeniable contributions. Happened to me and made it into Billboard's 30 Under 30 and 40 Under 40 list. Additionally, in 2023, she made it into the publication's Power 100 list as well. Before leaving Motown Records, she helped bring Diddy into the label for a one album deal, which she is willing to testify about in Little Rod's lawsuit. So she had did all of this throughout her career, made all these accolades for herself, and then she is going out because she had dealings with Diddy for one album, ruining her whole career fucking around with Diddy. And see that kind of lets you know when you start to like blur the lines, whether it be in private, whether it be in public, you know, you may have some repercussions that come behind that. So what do you guys think about all of the little things that I have been talking about? I see a lot of comments. Um, you're welcome, Ronnie Q. You're crazy. You're upside down, Ronnie Q. Hey, Vibrant Law, how are you doing? Okay, so not many people have anything to say about that. So, um, I want to ask you guys, have you heard about this story about this little girl who was hit in the head? there was a fight in Missouri, I believe it is. So I'm gonna bring up this story. Okay, and it's like it's a real crazy story because let me see. Okay, okay. So there was a girl who was always getting into fights at the school in Missouri, and she was on suspension. And when she was on suspension, she came back up to the school and attacked another girl, and the girl beat her up badly when she was down. Not the girl who was suspended. She came to the school on her suspension and attacked another girl. So the girl she attacked whooped her ass, and she beat her so badly. She got her down on the ground and she slammed her head into the concrete. Okay, so she was left unconscious, and she had been and had bleeding on the brain. So the story came out. Look at this wild black girl beating up this poor little white girl and leaving her on the street so defensive, so defenseless. So I'm gonna share the story with you guys. I'm just gonna share the screen with you guys. So I'm not gonna, of course, share anything, that is like too much to see. So I want to know, did you guys see this? Well, um, okay. Hey, M. Renee, how you doing? Let me see. Okay, Ethiopia said Lucian authorized every payment given to Diddy and made Lucian aware of everything she knew. Yeah, but he, they're not denying that he was paid. The thing that she is going to be good for is the fact that Diddy did receive the money and did not pay uh, Rodney Jones. And he had the money to pay Rodney Jones. He was given the money. So that's what she's going to testify to, because that's what Rodney Jones is really suing Motown Records for his money, because he hadn't been paid. Now all of the other stuff is just things that he put in his lawsuit to establish that they had a good working relationship. They meaning Diddy and this Ethiopian woman. So to the fact that she was always at his house, like she should have known that he wasn't getting paid. I just assume. Okay, thank you for dropping the membership link, very Carrie. Okay, such a sad story. Let me see. They never win at the Clive Davis. Yes, I'm surprised because he did a lot of dirt. And I think the reason that they're going after Diddy and is a way to not go after this Lucian Grange guy, the Clyde Davises. There was one more name mentioned. Uh, this couple. Okay, let me see. There's always the play, throw black women under. That's always the play, throw black women under the bus. But that black woman was smart enough to see, like, oh, no, 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 you're not throwing me under the bus. So yeah, so that's what's going on with that case. I want to know if you guys saw that psychic reading that was done last year. Hey, kind to me, how you doing? I read about the fight. So the one that's injured was suspended. Yes, she was suspended. Okay, let me show you guys this suspension post. Okay, here we go. Present share screen, and okay, here we go. Now, okay, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, now here it says here that Kaylee gang was suspended from school for brawling with another student day before she day before fracturing skull in a fight. Okay, so she's already suspended, but this is her. She goes back up to the scene. The Missouri teen who was left fighting for her life after having her head pounded into the sidewalk earlier this month was suspended from school the day prior for brawling with another student. The Post has learned. The other student, this is me saying, the other student that she was suspended for fighting was a friend of the one who she came up to the school to fight. So they were in different friend groups. So here it is. You see her right here, and you see her right here again. And then she came up to fight this young lady in the black shirt, and she actually hit this girl first as well. She was already suspended for fighting. They said that she had a history of being out of control, combative, and fighting at school. So she's on suspension. She comes up here and she strikes this girl first, and it didn't turn out how she thought it would. Okay, so her family has revealed on Friday her condition is stable and she has been moved out of intensive care, though it is unclear whether she had regained consciousness. Okay, so did she learn a lesson? The teen with whom Gain had an altercation the previous day was friends with the student who would later smash Grain's head into the pavement. She wouldn't have done it if she would have stayed her ass at home and hadn't came up there and hit that girl first. None of this would have happened. Okay, leaving her unconscious and her body twitching, sources says. She was unconscious on the ground and her body twitching. But everybody's like, oh, well, she did too much. It was overkill. It is unclear if Gaines were the. It is clear. They have plenty of witnesses and they have plenty of evidence that Gaines was the aggressor. Now, this news article sits up here and says it is unclear if Gaines was the aggressor of or the target of the fight. Well, how can she not be the aggressor if she's on suspension and she comes up here to fight with this girl? How can she be the target of the fight if she's at home serving out her suspension like she's supposed to? A source says Gain and her combatant, okay, who remained in custody at a juvenile facility facing felony assault rap were members of two rival friend group at the school. The minor defense attorney Greg Smith said she has no violent history prior to the clash with Gaines and is an accomplished violin player and a standout student. It is said that she's an honor student who speaks several different languages. Okay, she's what this is me saying this. I heard that on other reports. It's not in this article. You understand? Okay, she is what you would want out of a 15-year-old, her attorney told the press. Okay, the lawyer said that his client has been mischaracterized in the wake of the viral footage while Gaines' friends and family ripped her for the violent beating. Okay, so this is, another photo of, how she effed around and found out and was laying down there on the ground like that. So her parents they are said that they are scared to death about the case against her and they want her to come home. Two separate GoFundMe accounts posted on behalf of Gain parents who are no longer together have raised close to $400,000. Gaines is the girl who was on suspension who went up there and slapped and hit this black girl when she was supposed to be at home on suspension. Okay, so her parents are separated and they have two GoFundMe's which have garnered over $400,000. The attorney representing Gaines' family declined to comment. However, what is also missing in this article, the GoFundMe to support this black girl who was sitting in jail facing felony charges was taken down. It was taken down. Okay, so another thing you might want to know that the Attorney General of Missouri has come out and said that the reason this happened is because of DEI, and that it was a racial attack, and that this girl should be tried as an adult, and also that it was so heinous what this girl did, and DEI is to blame. Didn't I tell you DEI was going to be the new boogeyman? Now you got this girl supposed to be at home and didn't say anything derogatory, and he's gonna do his best to make sure that this 15-year-old girl who's an honor student, who was at school where she was supposed to be minding her business, who got assaulted and then defended herself, is tried as an adult because she did something so heinous, and never mentioned anything about the student who has a history of fighting, who was on suspension for fighting the previous day, who came up there and attacked this girl. You understand what I'm saying? And it's DEI's fault. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me rethink, because sometimes they give them that in school suspension. So yeah, but either way, she has a history of fighting. I don't know if it was an in school suspension or at home suspension. So yeah, you can't do GoFundMe for legal purposes, unfortunately. Yeah, so yeah, hers was taken down. Thank you for that information, Vibrant. So the so it is what it is. Should have stayed your butt at home. But I always think of suspension as a at home suspension, because that's what I'm accustomed to. That's how it used to be when I was growing up. She probably just snapped and got tired of the one girl. Yeah, they also in another article I heard them say that she had been being bullied. So there was no mentioning of bullying by the attorney general. Just him with his strong jaw and locked jaw and trying to depict her as some type of animalistic wild teen who needs to be shown the right way. No mention of her not having any type of disciplinary history, any type of fighting history. No talk about her being an honor student who played the violin, who spoke three different languages. None of that was said by this attorney general. Just a tight jaw about the walls of justice should fall down on this young girl. So I was wondering if you guys heard about that. That's crazy, because if it's another way around it, games would be at home. Exactly. The attorney general of Missouri should be voted out of office. Yeah, I was just wondering if you guys heard of this. If it was in school suspension, she would not be allowed to roam around the campus without supervision. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just I was just well, she should have been, you know, she should have been monitored where she couldn't just roam around, because clearly this girl is out of control. Yeah, it is sad. So why would they even let her outside? She should be cleaning. Uh, yeah, I don't know what they do in school suspension, but yeah. So I just wanted to know if you guys had heard about that, and what do you think about that? I'm gonna um, open my link for, if anybody, you're more than welcome to come up and discuss any of the topic that I have talked about on today. Please feel free. Okay, let me see. If it was in school supervision, she would not be allowed to roam around campus. Oh, I already read that. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Gang's parents should lose custody of her too. Their negligence is glaring. Uh, so, have you heard more about that story, Levon? Because the only thing that I've heard about the parents was that little tidbit that they are separated, and That's the only thing that I even heard about her parents. That they, the girl is totally seems to be out of control. And it seems like this 15-year-old African American girl is going to suffer the consequences. You guys can go. You guys can go and Google the incident yourself and see if it's overkill or that what she did. But like, if you've been, I I also understand that if you've been bullied for a period of time, sometimes you do snap. Sometimes that's just what happens. It's a lot of everybody think that people should treat all these attacks and assault on black bodies as, oh, this is par for the course, you should be used to it. Even the way back to Langston Hughes said to be black in America is to live in a constant state of, I think he said, trauma or something to that effect. So yeah, it's a lot in that. It's a lot in that. And I want to do an update on a story that I bought you. Um, the the six people, the six former officers, deputies. It was six sheriffs. It was five sheriffs and one officer from another county in Mississippi who attacked two black guys. They called themselves the Goon Squad. Goon Squad. They would operate in however they wanted to. They would show up at people's houses and do whatever it is they wanted to. They got a report that they were two black men at a white woman's house, but they were actually staying at the woman's house with her permission, to help take care of her because she had cancer. But they get an anonymous phone call that there's two black guys at this white woman's house and they look suspicious. So they just show up, roll up, and assault these men, these men with a vibrator, shock them, tase them. Pour grease on them, pour all types of things on them, put them in the shower, hog tie them up in the shower, try to put dildos up their butts, and all types of deviant, deviant type of acts to these black guys. And then the coup de grace was one of them stuck his gun in the mouth of the other one and shot him. He lost most of his tongue and the bullet came out of his neck. So they have been sentenced now. They all pled guilty on federal charges. They have been sentenced. The ringleader, the one that they say is the ringleader, got between 30 and 40 years. Some of them only got as little as 10 years, but most of them are serving between 20 and 30 years, and which the one who has the most time, he's looking at 40 years. So there has been an end to that case, but the lawsuit is ongoing in that county. So did you guys hear about that? Hey, you talk too much. How you doing? You're late as usual. It's good to see you here. It's oh so good to see you here. All right, so I guess you guys haven't heard of that case or didn't hear me when I reported on that case, but yeah, they have gotten what is deserved from them. So, but I guess that's going to be it for me. I'm not getting too much engagement, so I guess I'm gonna wrap it up, and I guess I'll get out of here. Okay. So thank you guys for coming out. God bless you and good night. Bye bye.